All right, let's jump right into this explainer. You know, today's vehicles are basically just rolling computers, right? And because of that, automotive OEMs are facing a truly massive challenge. How do you take your world-class, incredibly detailed corporate playbooks and scale them perfectly across thousands of retail rooftops? Well, if you've ever wondered how major brands actually make sure their high standards are being executed on the showroom floor, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking the Keystone Workforce Readiness layer. It's a platform architecture designed to give automotive OEMs a direct, structured way to engage the real people who represent their brand every single day.
Let's start by laying down a quick definition. Workforce readiness isn't just about checking a box or finishing some static module. It is a living, breathing ecosystem. Traditionally, an OEM designs a brilliant new vehicle and puts together a meticulous corporate playbook. What Keystone does is add a continuous operating layer right in the middle to make sure those comprehensive standards translate seamlessly into the daily habits of the sales and service teams at the franchise level. Basically, it's designed to verify that the dealership staff actually understands and can execute the brand standards before they ever even say hello to a customer.
So we're going to build this architecture layer by layer today. We'll start with the overarching workforce readiness layer, and then we'll examine the 4 technical components making it happen: the vector embeddings engine, interactive agent cards, enterprise LMS connectors, and finally, headless workspace integrations. Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, the workforce readiness layer. Let's look at the fundamental shift this platform brings to OEM standards. What's super interesting here is how Keystone adds a crucial active layer to the existing training foundation. As vehicles get more technically advanced, just think about the massive shift toward EVs or specialized commercial fleets, reading comprehensive manuals is absolutely still essential. But now, learners are asked to actively prove their skills on top of that foundational knowledge. It totally transforms the expectation from, hey, did you complete this module, to, can you actually demonstrate how to explain this complex feature? This is what we call active proof of understanding. And honestly, it gives the OEM total confidence that their brilliant brand standards are genuinely reaching the folks responsible for delivering that ultimate customer experience.
Building on that idea, how does the platform actually absorb an OEM's massive world-class content library? Let's dive into Section 2, the vector embeddings engine.
Here's the brilliant part. An OEM like Ford doesn't have to go in and manually rewrite their massive libraries of existing content. Instead, those dense corporate playbooks, technical manuals, and standard operating procedures are automatically parsed and chunked into smaller, digestible pieces in Step 1. Then, in Step 2, these chunks are converted into vector embeddings. And finally, Step 3, they are dynamically injected right into the AI system's allowed context array. Why does this matter to us? Because it means zero AI hallucination, period. The AI is never going to accidentally promise a customer that a commercial truck can fly. It only knows and only uses exactly what is written in that approved brand playbook.
So, once all that data is ingested securely and accurately, we move to the execution phase. Section 3, interactive agent cards.
Now, this is really where the magic happens. A salesperson can practice complex, high-stakes conversations, like fielding tricky F-150 Lightning battery questions, in a completely safe simulation. Using all that ingested knowledge we just talked about, the platform deploys these interactive, vehicle-specific role-play agents. These agent cards actually simulate high-tension customer personas. So rather than just practicing a boring, generic overview, a consultant has to actively resolve a simulated buyer's range anxiety, or maybe explain a complex home charging installation to a skeptical commercial client. It's a completely risk-free environment to build genuine, rock-solid competence. And as they're role-playing, the system uses a structured JSON reviewer to evaluate them against specific diagnostic criteria. This is perfectly aligned with frameworks like the Ford Blue Oval. You see, the AI isn't just chatting for the fun of it, it is actively grading. It measures standard operating procedure compliance, like did they actually get the towing capacity right. It identifies risks by flagging negative behavioral patterns or critical failures during a negotiation. And it evaluates exactly how well the learner resolves specific objections using verified data. We are talking about precise, measurable competency tracking happening in real time. Next up on our blueprint is Section 4, Enterprise LMS Connectors. Because, let's be real, generating all this amazing readiness data isn't very helpful if it just lives in a silo, right? So, the crucial takeaway here is that Keystone seamlessly augments existing systems. The platform utilizes a bidirectional SCORM and LTI gateway.
Practically, this means when a salesperson successfully passes a high-tension role-play threshold, the connectors automatically ping the legacy database, like Ford Star System, for instance, to instantly award their official national certification badge. And even better, it enables a portable career record. A verified worker can carry their certifications, training history, and readiness evidence with them. It preserves their career continuity and gives the OEM unparalleled, crystal-clear visibility into the talent pool across their entire network.
Finally, let's look at the connection layer in Section 5, Headless Workspace Integrations. This is arguably the most vital step of the whole process, bringing human coaches into the loop right when they are needed most. This timeline perfectly illustrates the tech-to-human bridge. Picture this. A salesperson is really struggling with an EV tax credit simulation. If they hit a critical failure, or say, fail a scenario 3 consecutive times, a headless trigger activates silently in the background. Boom. Instantly, a 15-minute remedial coaching session is automatically booked on the regional training manager's Google Calendar, complete with a Google Meet link ready to go. And at the exact same time, a structured, PDF-based diagnostic performance summary is auto-generated and exported directly to a shared Google Drive.
I absolutely love this quote, because it proves the AI isn't here to replace human mentorship. No way. Instead, it is actively automating the scheduling of human intervention right at the exact moment it matters most. It entirely removes that annoying administrative burden of tracking down struggling employees. The manager just logs in, sees exactly where the learner failed in the simulation by looking at the exported transcript, and can immediately provide targeted, high-value human coaching. They correct the course before the employee ever faces a real live customer. Now, when all these layers actually work together, the overarching OEM dashboard reveals some incredibly powerful network intelligence. For example, the platform can surface insights showing that stores with completed manager verification are seeing a 15% boost in rookie retention over a 90-day period. That is huge! It shifts the conversation from merely tracking who completed what training to actually driving operational execution and employee retention. It gives you quantifiable proof that verifying workforce readiness directly impacts the bottom line of the dealership.
All of this aggregates into a broader workforce readiness command center. Executives can look at anonymous workforce movement signals and instantly know, hey, we need to launch a live coaching clinic in this specific region because they're showing elevated EV objection risks. Or maybe they notice that certified technicians are pipeline weak in a certain market. The OEM gets to preserve the individual privacy of the dealership employees while simultaneously gaining massive strategic visibility into how well their brand standards are actually penetrating the network. It's talent mobility intelligence at a true enterprise scale.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to consider about your own ecosystem. How are your brand standards surviving the jump from corporate headquarters to the retail floor? Are you combining your traditional foundational modules with active, verified proof of understanding? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this deep dive into the workforce readiness layer has sparked some exciting ideas for how continuous readiness can transform your own enterprise.